What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 20, I want to say 3 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Yuan Bo Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Zhao Ming got his debut battle against Kugath Plaguefather, destroying his main stack and the stacks that were around him. Went reasonably well, and it looks like Kugath's faction might in fact be broken, and we should be able to take the Dragon Isles, which is a very nice cash cow province for pretty much all factions, any faction, for ourselves. For this episode, we'll also have Yuan Bo attack the lizardmen raiders that have appeared with the third relay, and then start thinking about moving on to the fourth as well. We gotta. Anyway, let's move everybody but Yuan Bo first, and then we'll see. So Yishi, you obviously don't need to move, but Mujin, you are headed down to that star tower, so pick up that mysterious island and keep on going. Try to avoid attrition if you can. Power of Rage for you, which will give you the Bloody Red Spot. Your army now has the Bloody Red Spot and Mathland's Blessing. Pretty crazy all told. You are going to go into March stance or full speed stance. And you're gonna go out here. I do want you to level though, my friend. We want to get one of our celestial generals up to a higher level, so you definitely got to be one of them. You do still have a bunch of Jade warriors, and I guess we can buff them up. A little bit boring in terms of army at this point, but you know, it'll change over time. Fire rain rockets, let's get you Eastern Fires if nothing else, because we want extra ammunition wherever we can get it, because it's just so needed. So 1 point here and then 1 point in Eastern Fires. Leader of Men should be decent, and you are good. And you are not, however. Astromancer has 4 points. Let's get you Evasion. You are nowhere near the War Compass yet, but I will take, let's say Earthing and 1 point in Comet. Let's put 2 points in Comet. There we go. Should be decent, certainly enough to take the Fuming Serpent, which is pretty sparsely defended by the looks of it. Anyway, that was Mujin. Shan Sikong, you are going to have to keep recruiting, while you... Also, are we keeping you trained? Yeah, looks like we're keeping you. This is going to be our cavalry army, so everything else is probably fine. We may want to get a... one of these guys in here, an Astromancer. It's not super needed, but harmonic convergence can be pretty good on cavalry when they get in trouble, so maybe. You're gonna move up here. We also have to remember that we will have to keep an army or two nearby for when the endgame scenario rolls around, because I believe the Chaos Dwarf endgame scenario does kind of force you into some... taking some damage. Let's get the... what do we get you? Well, let's get you another war drum if nothing else. We want a war drum in every army, and occasionally too. Yeah, there will be armies spawning here rather, so that'll be a concern. Anyway, you are trying to ferry. I should just name you Ferry, because you are not going to be kept around. Ferry slash troop train slash whatever we're calling them in this particular campaign. You're trying to get to Yuan Bo and trade him all those units. You are probably better off guarding scrap towers until I decide whether to delete you or not, and that is about it. Alrighty, building time, or you know what, maybe, well, you know what, there's barely any buildings to build, so let's just build them real quick. I definitely want, oh, Hi Chai, you are not able to build half the stuff. Alright, I remember seeing this last time and being like, what the heck is going on? And yet it still surprised me. Oh, okay. It's a bit odd, but what can you do? Namgao Forge, and let's go for the Celestial Barracks. Alright, it's still a 2 settlement province, and I will still probably make it into a fortress district by virtue of that, and that's all the buildings we gotta build. Like I said, we have been running out of admin, and we're looking a lot better in that regard. Yuan Bo, 'tis battle time. You do have, once again, a decent amount of points to apply. I don't know whether we'll be keeping the Onyx Crowmen. in your army. They're just kind of a liability, which is such a shame, but I don't think we can do anything about that. Fast Hands gives you a buff for your artillery, which we may want. So let's get you Earthing and the Magical Reserves for now, and the point in Arcane Conduit, or Greater, I should say. Arcane Conduit. You can probably go without the rest of the stuff, though I do use Talons of Night quite a bit. You know what, let's get you Mentor, if nothing else, and then maybe 1 point in Talons of Night, and then we'll want to get all the way to Executioner afterwards. We are running out of points on him, so we do have to be a little bit careful. And the rest of you will want your points as well before we fight here, as it is a full-fledged fight. You're going to max yourself out in Plague of Rust. You're going to max your spells out as best you can, that we should probably get scouting, but, well, for now. Curse the Midnight Wind, Harmonic Convergence, and let's go with Chain Lightning level 2. Oh, I skipped one. Let's go Comet of Cassandora. And same with you. Chain Lightning, Comet, and Curse the Midnight Wind, and Harmonic Convergence. There we go. More comets to drop from those war compasses. Speaking of, let's get to it. Alright, let's see what you got. 3 Razor Dawn Hunting Pack, 17 units. Honestly, I still don't see you doing that well, even without the ambush that we had relied on in the previous fights, but hey, we've been surprised before. There's plenty of dinos in here. Let's see how they do against Yuan Bo.
It is not merely by my birth. Capability and force of arms. I trust none other than you, the chosen of Cathay, to stand by my side against these foes.
Alright, he couldn't quite catch Yuan Bo wherever he was, and just following the sound a little bit. Anyway, here we go, the lizards. This time we do not have an ambush, and we did not preemptively destroy their army before they fully formed up, so they've got their chance. They have an artillery beast as well with them in the form of that Stegodon, who's currently firing upon us, specifically upon the War Drum, which is maybe a decent choice if it can actually manage to do enough damage. And this is also the first time we're seeing the Wuxing war compasses on the field, so a little bit of compass action will come in as well, though mostly in the form of spells and, well, support, I guess. Anyway, speaking of spells, we're going to start the battle off by casting a Gehenna's Golden Hounds and not 1, but 2 Chain Lightnings among the enemy lines, specifically on the enemy Razor Dawn. While I don't particularly like the Razor Dawn unit, as in I haven't had a great experience with using them myself, they are still quite threatening if we allow them to take shotgun shots at our Jade Warriors, so, you know, why let them do it? Ooh, you gotta love the bouncing Razor Dawn shots back with the Jade Guardian here. Fantastic. And smashy, the Jade Guardian enters the fray, and yes, I gotta remember to rename it. And starts attacking the enemy. There we go. And, oh right, wait, you... let's see... You're unbreakable. Oh, no. I was wondering whether we had the missile reflection buff on these things yet, or the missile block, but not yet. Or was that on the war compasses? Damn, I remember looking through the tech tree, and now I'm just trying to remember what was on what. But anyway, we'll check it later on. Let's get back to the battle. Looks like we've engaged most of the enemy. And when I say most, here's the problem with the enemies fighting in this particular... Oh, that's a great shot of the Green Guardian there. Here's the problem with what the enemy army is doing. Most, with the exception of the Stegodon with Engine of the Gods, Comet of Cassandora comes down, is... the problem is they're keeping one of the Ancient Stegs back here firing in range rather than attacking our Jade Warriors. It can definitely do so much more damage by doing that, and most of the battle, the Ancient Stegodon with Engine of the Gods was doing the same thing, and just sort of hanging back, and not really achieving anything. I will grant that the regular Stegodon with the artillery piece is probably still better in range than in melee, but at the same time, it's not achieving much over there, and it would probably be better in going against our main formation. But anyway, I digress. The Green Guardian is facing off against an enemy Arc of Sotek Bastillodon here, though obviously that will go very much in our favor, as the Green Guardian should be able to rip it apart. Otherwise, our War Compasses and Lions are wreaking absolute havoc through the enemy infantry lines without any trouble at all. Especially without those giant monsters to anchor said enemy lines. And now our Lions anchor the Lions, ha ha ha. Our Lion units are going to be going after those monstrous units with a little bit of help from the Jade units as well, and actually tying them up. Though, by the looks of it, maybe we should have just let them remain in range combat until the rest of their army was destroyed in melee. It does look like most of their army has already been defeated anyway. How we doing here? Balance of power is about 85% in our favor. We can see that pretty much all the enemy non-dino units are done at this point. The Ancient Steg with the Ancient Engine of the Gods is still fighting, and is it me or did it not even try using Burning Alignment? Maybe we were never in a good position for it to actually activate it? Well, I guess that's its problem. I do believe Yuan Bo has also defeated the enemy lord, wherever it may be. And the battle will end as soon as the dinos are forced out. And there we go, Lions and the Jade Sentinel. Here come the Jade Guardian, Green Guardian, damn. Oh, I'm having trouble with this unit's name. I really need to rename it instead of Green Guardian to Jade Guardian, or Jade Sentinel, whatever. Something, Jade something. We need more Jade. Yuan Bo approves. This message approved by Yuan Bo. Anyway, Yuan Bo for Dragon Emperor. With that, the battle ends. Unfortunately for the enemy, all of its monsters still had more than half HP. Well, you had more than half HP a few seconds ago, and they didn't really get anything out of those massive HP pools, which they really should have. And just park those massive HP pools among your Saurus and your Temple Guard, but, well, whatever. Oh, there's the... Oh, wait, no, that wasn't the enemy lord. That was the Engine of the Gods, which Yuan Bo has brought down by chasing it down with the Lions, which are actually surprisingly decent at chasing down single entities like this. It seems that the Green Guardian is a little bit too slow to do so, but it does pretty fantastic work acting as the bulwark against enemy range fire and in melee combat, so I'm mollified. Anyway, a decisive victory and the last of the relay armies of the third relay destroyed. Alrighty, still no problem at all. I feel like the AI is not utilizing those big old dinos correctly. It's keeping the ancient stegs and stuff in range attack mode, and I just feel like that's not the right move. They should really be breaking up the formations of Jade Warriors by rampaging through them instead, but what can you do? It's the AI, and not that the lizardmen armies generally require a lot of finesse, but in this particular case, a little bit of finesse might go some way. Anyway, looks like... Ooh. Well, you're gonna have to come after us, and we're just going to sit here and channel. I guess it'll mean a little bit of attrition as we are in Skaven territory, but I guess that's inescapable. Alright, we did the buildings, and we did the moves, which means we can skip the rest of this. Damage building where? Who dares to have attacked our Dragon Gate? How did this get damaged? I don't even see a hero nearby. Well, unfortunate for Dragon Gate. Hero not moved, that's you, but you're nuts. You weren't supposed to have moved. Nagaroth, who is our ally now, where do you have your capital? It is at the Blacklight Tower. Oh, which has fallen. Ouch. Well, too bad for you. Let's do the Twisted Glade then, perhaps? I mean, the other safe place is what? Shrine of Ladriel? That doesn't seem safe at all. Twisted Glade. Construct. the most distant from our enemies, or their enemies, I guess. Building upgrade available, I thought I did all these. Oh, right, it's still Snake Gate. We're still waiting. And now we can end the turn. Alrighty, several of our armies are going to suffer attrition pretty much simultaneously this turn. Miao Ying and... Ooh, hello, what do we have here? Is that another one of Zatan's forces? Are you sure you want to be around here, buddy? This is very dangerous for your forces. And especially with... Vlad. I'm not gonna bother piecing out with him. Yeah, Zatan, haven't you seen what happened the last, like, 20 times you tried this? Anyway, Warherd of the Shadow Gave, rather, not Wargrove of Woe. Those are completely different. Enter war inside of Ella. May as well be at war with factions everybody hates. And let's see, Disciples of Hashut have been destroyed, and the Legion of Asgore destroyed, both at the same time. And Jarajoath and Astrogoth being taken out at the same time. That tickles me, I gotta say. I can't say I was expecting that one, but the irony is real. Anyway, Nagaroth begins outpost construction. Allied outpost lost the Oak of Ages. Well, that's a crying shame. It looks like Talzin may have been destroyed for good. Ouch. Hey, caravan completed. Shattered stone, blah 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 blah, and that's it. I'm very impressed with Grom the Paunch right now. I don't think I've ever seen them just destroy the Wood Elves in this manner. Huh. Well, on the bright side, the Wood Elves do have a tendency... Oh, there's a little Talzin outpost, or a couple of little Talzin outposts, but on the bright sides, the Wood Elves do have a bad tendency to get kind of belligerent, so it might be a good idea to make sure that they can't attack anybody. Let's see if we can't get you to fight the Broken Axe. Minus 15, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, problem is Vidrioth and Torgavan really don't like joining any kind of wars. Even against the Broken Axe, who not only they hate, not only have they taken out the Oak of Ages, but, well, they're kind of threatening them as well. Well, let's just hope that Grom the Paunch does it instead, as it attacks them. Anyway, let's get a move on. You to the Shattered Stone Isle, please. And Jiao Ming next to Dreadrock in a second, once you have moved here. Auto-resolve, a little bit of damage, but it should be fine. And yeah, these guys look pretty darn screwed to me. Jiao Ming to by the sea, please. Dreadrock by the sea, and will we ever get the chance to get this Astromancer in this army? You can auto-resolve this garbage, there's no need to fight it. And occupy, please. There we go, potion of speed. Oh, you're gonna take a little bit of a while to recover, ain't you? Well, not much we can do about that. Looks like our Ogre allies are doing okay. I'm still very much concerned about these two attacking each other. We kind of need to force them into wars. Or else they might fight each other. You're only at war with Kugath, who will be dead next turn. Okay, I think what we need to do is declare war on Clan Rictus, who is currently at war with Karak Kadrin. Alright, so Karak Kadrin, we will join your war against Clan Rictus. Like so. And to just keep your money. Then, what we want to do is force the Knights of Calidor, or ask the Knights of Calidor, to join the war against Clan Rictus. 0. Poxmakers. You know what? No, not Poxmakers. Warhost of Jar, 0. Wait, is he doing that thing? No, he's not doing that thing. Okay. Let's do... Okay, you're willing to do Shadow Legion, Broken Axe, Sylvania... Or Herd of the Shadow Gifts. Hey, no, let's try everybody but the Poxmakers. Okay, yeah. It looks like Kimrick, if nothing else, is willing, and he's now willing to go for a military access and a defensive alliance. But I'm not going to do that right now because he might get attacked by the Ogres anyway. Then, we're going to try to do the same thing with the Ogres and get them to declare war on Rictus, which is the most important one, and they want 18k gold for it. Well, it's a little bit much, but I think we still need them to do it, so that they start taking territories in the Darklands. There we go, enjoy Rictus. It probably would have been a lot cheaper if I had waited a turn or two and taken out the last remnants of Kugat's territory, but, you know, too late now. Let's get a move on. You are going to get the Labor Conscript Bureau, or Conscription Bureau, rather, and I guess... well, either the market or the public order or the celestial tower. It's going to be the celestial tower. You're going to get the tea parlor, and you are good. All right, let's see who else needs to move. Yuan Bo. You need to catch, chase down, and destroy this tiny last little army. Alrighty, and just like that, the third relay is yours. You can execute the captives for that little extra bit of XP. Beautiful. Alrighty, now, this little army. Still got a ways to travel. Lord Skrolk is running around, but I guess that is not our problem. I'd like you guys to join together, trade your units, and then head to the Star Tower. We won't be able to attack this for a few turns yet anyway, so we are going to wait. You are going to go right here, grab the Remnants of Battle, and whatever XP. Oh, you know what, just go for a sunken chest this time. Hey, another catalytic kiln. Absolutely fantastic. You don't need to hold it, though, because we need those in our fire army. Alright, speaking of our firearm, I'm going to put the catalytic kiln in there just now so that I don't forget. Where are you? Jishu, you have the Luminarch Lens, which has the weakness to fire damage minus 40% enemy armies in local region, which is the main thing here. And catalytic kiln, let me see if I can find it. You should have two of them. Actually, I guess we only have one. Weakness to fire damage, passive ability area, which presumably, because it's a different value, will stack with all of this. Causes damage to combatants, which means we can put this on the Astromancer. Very nice. And this army is going to be real fiery. Now, what I would like you to do, or Yishi possibly to do for you, is start getting those fire units up and running. Where do we have Karazakarak? 20? Damn. I'd like it to be more. The Iron Drakes cost 21. Okay, this means we need an alliance with Karak Kadrin. Okay, they're not willing yet. Angor and I'm not willing because they might get into a fight with anybody. Damn. Alright, well, it's going to be a while before we can get those fire units. I suppose if we really wanted to, we could try to get fire units from somebody else. But at the current time, I'm not entirely sure who. Meow Ying, you want to take this little army out for the free XP? I don't even... I think Zatan's faction doesn't know what to do at this point. Like, what the heck is this? What are you doing, Zatan? And, oh, wow, that should not have done anything close to the amount of damage that did. A laminate shield, not bad pickup, but, yeah, it's still annoying. You go into march stance, try to make it back to our own territory for a little while. You can go into an camp and start moving through these territories as well, attrition or not. And then you... well, you can try to acquire XP up north. We could also loop you around. You know what? I think you're going to start traveling down here. Away you go. Away you go. I don't know whether we should get you an Astromancer, or maybe we should, but I wouldn't know what to replace it with, so nothing at the current time. This army is also going to have a problem against single entities, because it only literally has the Grand Cannon to fight them, and to a lesser degree the Celestial Generals, so gonna have to be careful with that. Anyway, let's keep moving everybody else around, shall we? Shu Kang, what do we do with you? You technically should not be using guns. You should be using crossbows. I guess we could try to generate another army with crossbows. You know what? Stay here for now. Maybe look around for some islands. There's one up here, for example. There's one up here. There's one up here. Yeah. We're going to use this army to grab some islands. It's not serving any purpose right now, and that will be something for it to do, so head up here. And we'll loop it back around when needed. I might make that into our army that's going to have the sky lanterns and the guns. Just that we don't have a lot in the way of... oh, we don't have a single fortress city out here, do we? That's going to be a problem. because we wouldn't be able to generate the best kind of stuff. Maybe we'll build the army with the guns out there in Nangao, and when it finishes, all right, fine. Deal with that in a little bit. It's not like we're in a hurry. Let's see. You are still just going to guard this. It might not be necessary anymore, but nonetheless. Alrighty, then find Torellosaur. Well, you have found Torellosaur. Now you have to get around Torellosaur and go find more lizards. I could rename you to find the lizards now, but I think we're okay. Alright, everybody keep on stealing, and we got one Scrivener, I believe. Alright, the orcs will probably get attacked by us. I do think that it will become necessary. Though Goldtooth wouldn't be able to hold these territories very well, unfortunately, against the against incursions from Jarna Grunt. Why do you love us? Well, this might be a fun fight. Ooh, that does look like a fun fight. Huh. We should get somebody out here to try to destroy that thing just for the fight, if nothing else. But in the meantime, we got techs to steal. Let's see, Tech Thief here. And you can have Massive Orcal, which is starting to dislike us heavily. Do you have a Scrivener, incidentally? You do. Okay, we need somebody who doesn't have a Scrivener. Like you. I think we have one, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, we do. Alright. And how's that research rate looking? 583, but this is still at 2, so we're gonna have to keep getting more research. May even be worthwhile to get another couple of tech thieves for that particular purpose. We want to get campaign movement range for Yang characters. And there's some decent other stuff here. But soon it'll feel like we should probably start moving into this. Okay, well, that we will, but not right now. Anyway, you two. You are going to join this army, unless I'm mistaken, but I'm not entirely sure who to replace. Another... I mean, I guess this is supposed to be a cavalry army. Alright, gotta be careful with getting rid of too many Jade Warriors, though, because it could get dangerous. And you are good. You will join one of these armies, but that's obviously not what critical right now. Anyway, let's build some more buildings, though not many by the looks of them. Ooh, Sky Junks nearly available, though sadly this is a commercial district rather than the type we need. Skeggy, looks like you're gonna get maxed out to tier 5. Forests of the Moon, lots of stuff to upgrade here. Terracotta Sentinels, Great Long Marauders, and Mooring Tower. Though Kunlun, you are going to be a commercial district. It's just that you have a bunch of other stuff as well. Actually, we're free to make you any kind of district we want, because you have everything. Huh, interesting. For now, build the Yang Sanctuary? I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Maybe we should build defenses here just so that we don't lose the place. No, Fire Rain Silo. For now. Shiwu, you are going to upgrade to tier 4. You are going to get the Powder Magazine, Hai Chai. And Western Great Bastion is going to fool me for like the 50th time. Alright, and that reminds me, we need to take you and put you back into the Jade Dragon's Edict, lest we run out of public order. There we go, skip, unassigned skill points, outpost available in Carrick Ziflin. Rebuild the outpost. Well, maybe it'll survive, who knows. Give it a try. Hero not moved. I've moved the ones that needed to be moved. Caravan dispatch available is much more important, so... where do we send you? And we still have our best caravan available now, yes? Well, you're an okay caravan. Which place will give us the most money? I mean, I believe we've been to every one. Yeah. We've been to every one of these. Meaning there's nothing new to acquire, unfortunately. We've been to Altdorf, we've been to Marienburg, so yeah, I guess we'll go for this caravan. We have been to Marienburg, right? Yeah, no, we have. Let's get to you. Nope, not Frozen Landing, Myrmidons, and you can get 6.1k. Not bad. We don't need it, but it's not bad. Who knows? We might get a fun battle out of the caravan, so I feel like we should just keep sending them, even if it is something of a waste of time. We got 1 turn until we can reposition the compass, but we obviously don't need to. We want that growth to keep growing for as long as possible. It's just too useful. Skip and turn. And now we need to designate a commercial district, after which point we will be able to hopefully get up to enough commandments to use the Jade Mask or whatever it was and betray the lizards, take their stuff or take the relay from them, and then unbetray the lizards without screwing over our own reliability.
Let us talk frankly.
And Gilgallion, what do you want? You want a defensive alliance. You are not at war with the other elves. Yeah, sure. I honestly thought that he was at war with the other elves, but it seems like they're all friendly now, so yeah. Well, minus Safari by the looks of it, but that's fine. More allies. Can't complain about that. Add a hunter, an ogre hunter. You already have a noble. You can have a hunter. Why not? Alright, Confederation, Averland, and Reichland. Black Pit Tribe destroyed, though irrelevant to us at the current time. Harmonic Mastery Yang, that's great. And the rest of this doesn't seem to be all that important. Alrighty, next up, Yuan Bo. I would like you to... wait. Don't go into March Dance anymore. Then, Mr. Ferry, I will want you to transfer the stuff. Like so. And then we will take out those Jade Warriors. Oh, they've been around with us for a long, long time, but it's time for them to go. And so, similarly, one of the... do we get rid of the Crowman? You know, there's still a liability. It's unfortunate, but I think we might. Must, I should say. And we should probably have at least 1 range unit, although this army is relatively reliant on melee nonetheless. I may replace the Fire Rain Rocket with another Longmire Rider, it's just that we don't have access to them here anyway. Anyway, you, Fairy, don't have anything and you're ready to go. Goodbye, we don't need you out here, and then you, Yuan, are gonna move all the way through the Altar of the Horned Rat into the Star Tower. Mujin. I mean, I guess you could come down here and grab this, and then move back up to the Star Tower and the Fuming Serpent. These guys like us reasonably well enough, after all. And, wait. Declare war 6 turns. Ah, okay. That's just fine. So basically the plan is to try to get this Mask of Jade once we have enough stone, and yes, this turn we have to use Fortress City. In fact, we'll do it in a second. Mask of Jade, your faction's diplomatic reliability is reset to very high and cannot be reduced this turn. We take that opportunity to attack these guys, take the Star Tower and the Fuming Serpent, to destroy them or take them for ourselves, and then immediately try to peace out. I don't know whether that'll work, but it might, so who knows. If it doesn't, it'll be mildly problematic. Everything here is reasonably defensible, and we do have armies around in case we need to beat the lizards into submission, unfortunate though it may be. Jiao Ming, you cannot get here in time, unfortunately, so you're going to go into encamp. And, oh wow, okay, no. You're going to go into regular stance and move out here, and then the two of you will hopefully attack together. Mostly because you're damaged, but the enemy doesn't have enough forces there for us to be, well, concerned with them. You are able to reach Jiao Ming next turn or so, so you can do that. And let's find a fortress city that we have yet to designate. Alrighty, so first of all, you, Nangao, they're the main one, and you are indeed a fortress city, and oh, while we're here, we should build stuff. Celestial Tower for you. And definitely the Nangao Forge. It would make no sense for it not to be here. Yeah, start with the Celestial Tower. I was thinking going for the Celestial Barracks so that we have the Celestial crossbows a little bit earlier, but... Yeah, just go for the Forge. Alright, and what does this do? Oh yeah, ammunition for all armies. That's really needed, isn't it? Well, either way. Let's see whether we can... Nah, we're nowhere near. I'm honestly still not sure whether we should be sending all of these armies out here at the same time, but, well, and that's what we're doing now, so that's not going to change. Alright, you come down here, please. I guess we're just going to keep some of these armies here. I mean, I was going to form Yishu into an army anyway. So it's okay. Anyway, let's see. You are going after islands, and we'll continue to do so. Shan Sikong, you are probably going to recruit stuff, but we need to wait until new stuff comes around. You know, I get a couple more war drums just to transfer them to a bunch of other armies. Miao Ying, you need to go into a camp and then sit in here in the Snake Gate and hopefully heal up. Yeah, we should heal a decent amount fairly reasonably quickly, and I believe that's it for what we can do, though this army is completely unnecessary. We'll only delete it a little bit later. If we bother deleting it at all. Who knows? We may get use out of it during the endgame scenario. Alright, next up we have Compass, we have Tech to pick. I picked Tech last turn, right? I think I did. Stock for Peasant Archers, not super useful. We're not using much in the way of Peasant Archers at this point in time. Magnetic Polarity, let's get you. I'm actually curious to see whether Magnetic Polarity will apply to the heroes. I'm pretty sure it's not, because generally speaking the game doesn't do that, but who knows. Even though I very strongly feel, I should say, that it should. Zatan, you very much don't like us for some reason, I don't know why. Saber Mountain. Orcs are probably not super happy with us either. Oh, they're not super unhappy with us. Let's go to the Veil of Woe. I guess if we really wanted to, we could move you down here to annoy these guys rather than the orcs, while we bide our time to attack the orcs later. You are the last, but you are supposed to join one of these armies, so you're fine. Alright. Buildings, and then onward and upward. Celestial Armory, for you, you are a commercial district, which means you do need to build... I mean, these were sort of temporary here because we needed somebody to be able to build stuff, but we are going to keep them around. Maybe we should have built the Alchemist instead of one of these, but, well... Too late now. Let's go for the Market 1 and the... I don't know, Yin Lodge, doesn't matter. One of the lodges. Like so. Alrighty. I'll probably redo a lot of the Harmony at some point. And I forgot to designate that Fortress City. My bad. Okay, so, which Fortress City? So you're Fortress City now? Yes. You are Fortress City now? Yes. There should be a bunch of others here. You, Hai Chai. Let's do you, shall we? Matters of State, Fortress City, Hai Chai, perform. Alright, fantastic, and now, as soon as that hits 5, we'll be able to hit the lizards and acquire the last of the relays. 64 is the turn that we're on. You can reactivate Nanchang Basin for that sweet, sweet growth. And let's continue the buildings. Though there ain't much, which is probably a good thing. Alrighty, and Tower of Ashung, you're gonna get the Celestial Tower. Eastern Great Bastion, upgrade yourself to tier 4 and everything in ya. Western Great Bastion, still can't upgrade it until it reaches the next level. And then the Scrap Towers, you're the most forward building. Oh, well, I guess that doesn't matter anymore. Shambletown is next. And we need those defenses up and running. Best as you can get. Alrighty, lumber mill to grow, and then I guess we can still build markets here. I wasn't originally going to bother using this province to actually generate any money, but maybe we can. We shall see. Recruitment cost and research rate. Oh, right. We could switch to massive amounts of extra research rate if we switch from yin to yang everywhere. Certainly potential for it. Dread Rock, let's get you that bamboo scaffold depot, and I believe you are the second last because the Dragon Isles needed a thing. Alright, the last thing that we need to do is trade, Diplo, anything important here. I mean, we could get more trade, but our money is fine. More alliances of various types. Talzin really wants a military alliance, but it's looking less and less like it would be helpful to us. Let's what kind of missions do we have? Ally mission, kill Yeah, kill everybody who's way too far away from us and shouldn't be a concern at the time, so we're gonna ignore them. Skip unassigned skill points, outpost upgrade available again. At the very least, all of our outposts will be finished soon, and then we won't have to see that aspect of the admin either. Alright, hero not moved, which hero? Oh, right, you. You weren't supposed to move, and a new outpost available in Illyrian, I believe, will do... let's do Unicorn Gate. I mean, it's unlikely that anybody is going to take Unicorn Gate, I would think, especially with the Cult of Pleasure dead, and while I don't know what's happening with the Dread Fleet, they certainly haven't seemed to accomplish all that much, and oh damn, you found the Dread Fleet. Huh. Now we're gonna need to send probably Yuan Bo up here, after he's done with the relays. And that'll be something for him to do while we wait for the endgame scenario. Meowing is fine, and turn. Alrighty, let's see if anybody does anything interesting, but otherwise we continue heading up towards Zatan. Maybe we'll sack our way through his territories and then hit the orcs, raise some stuff of the orcs, and then take some stuff of the orcs and trade it to Goldtooth. Scory Stonebeard, I believe you don't like Goldtooth, so while you don't, I'm not going to be friendly with ya. Sorry about that. Take the quickest way for you, and...
betwixt the scarred earth of the broken lands, surge towards the Wuxing compass, and with them, a foreboding rush of power to the armies of the Jade Court.
Foreboding? Foreboding for who? Ally begins outpost construction, ready for DUT, somebody that we deleted earlier, and the tech research 360 missile block for war compasses. So, this was something I was curious about. You have 360 missile block. If we take somebody who is on a war compass, you... Yeah, it's not here. It's not here, which means it does not indeed apply to heroes and only these types of units. It's a shame, but, well, nothing we can do about it. Anyway, even though it's really strange for an actual hero to get an inferior version of a thing. You know what I mean? Like, why would that be a thing? Dragon Fang Mount, are you worth a fight? Not really. This is definitely worthy of a fight, but it'll be a while before we can get there. You're gonna head out to sea. You're going to grab this, and then head back, and we should be able to hit both of these within the next couple turns. Alright, approach the carcass. Oh, you're gonna damage yourself doing that? Well, whatever. Don't get too hurt. Well, more hurt than I'd like, and the crowmen got the most hurt, but the crowmen always get the most hurt. Why do you hate crowmen, game? At the very least, we got a decent amount of money and a power stone. Alright, you two. On the way. Oh, poor lizards. You don't even know the betrayal is coming. The terrible, terrible betrayal. Okay, now. By the looks of it... this is the only battle potential that we have. I mean, we could move Jiao Ming... Wait, where are you, Jiao Ming? I selected the wrong army. We can move him in. Are you not in range? Did he actually move so far that he's not in range? You gotta be kidding me. Huh. Well, I wasn't expecting that, I gotta say. Well, then there's no point in fighting this. Oh, well, what can you do? Let's destroy this little army. Decisive victory. I really don't understand why they wouldn't try to keep those armies together, but, well, that's their problem. You're going to move in here, and with that, the last of Kugath's faction will have fallen. Just to double check, nobody will die. Nobody will die indeed. Occupy it. Dragon Isles are ours, and Poxmakers of Nurgle destroyed. Well done. Jade Dragon's Edict, of course, our favorite edict. Technically, they're all Jade Dragon's edict, but who's keeping track? Anyway, I think with that, since there is no prospect of another battle by the looks of it here, at the current time, I'm going to call the episode here. Next time, we'll probably have a big old fight as we assault the Volar, although it's also sparsely defended. Well, we'll find battles somewhere, or further battles somewhere. If nothing else, we do have the lizards in 2 turns to take the Star Tower and the Fuming Serpent, and then activating the 4th relay anyway, and then the final battle, but not the endgame scenario final battle, right after that. So, and there's still plenty of fun ahead. Stay tuned for it. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.
All Cathay will thank us.